Brokenlore Unfollow. Wow, what a game, what an experience. In terms of bang for your buck, right? This game is $16. It's a very short playthrough. It took me just over 3 hours. So very short, but not one dull minute. There are absolutely no filler quests, no meaningless side missions. This is edge of your seat, first person survival horror for a couple hours, and you're done. So you gotta love it. Serafini Productions is a developer. They've been making a name for themselves with this series. There are several other games, and this game, Brokenlore Unfollow, will likely have a prequel to it called Brokenlore Follow, releasing later this year, 2026. I don't know if they have a date yet, but later this year at the least. Now, this is my first Brokenlore game in the series, and actually my first survival horror or psychological horror game in a long time. And saying that out loud, I'm thinking I haven't played any of the recent Silent Hills. Silent Hill 2 was my last game. So wow. But anyway, Brokenlore games, if you're not familiar with them, are a series of short, very intense games with some deep themes that tackle some current issues and even some Japanese folklore like yokai spirits, and even in the Brokenlore Low game, which is one of the prior Brokenlore games in the series, one of the main antagonists in that game is a giant Gashada Kuro, which is a massive spirit skeleton. Real fun. But these games, all these Brokenlore games, and I'll say in my experience with Brokenlore Unfollow here, if you're a horror fan, maybe you've enjoyed survival horror games before with a Brokenlore game or a Silent Hill game perhaps, 100% must play. It's an easy playthrough, 3 hours like I said. However, these games are deep. Some graphic scenes, they touch on very unsettling issues, like in this game, it's body dysmorphia, social media use I'll get into, and they touch on it in the darkest way you can ever think. So if you're not a survival horror fan, a psychological horror fan especially, this game is definitely not for you. I will say, shout out to the art style though. You have to give credit on how they decided to create and manifest this psychological trauma and personal issues or bullying. Even if someone at first glance says, oh, that's just disgusting, it's just a gory game, whatever, there is credit due to these developers regardless of that superficial mindset, because these are stories and scenarios that are real life. And the playthrough on this game, my playthrough on this game was an absolute journey, to put it very lightly. This is edge of your seat, like I said. Heart rate is up. You're getting chased. You're getting attacked. The music puts you right in the mood. You play as Anne. And yeah, Anne has had a rough go of it. She's in high school. She's having a hard time. There are 3 bullies you encounter in very interesting ways without revealing too much. She has a very abusive relationship with her mother, who again you encounter in very interesting ways. And she is obsessed with social media to a massive fault. This is an amazing game, dude. Amazing messages, deep, dark. What else can I say? The music, oh my God, dude. The music does a fantastic job of being either nothing or light atmospherics to all of a sudden crazy, unsettling sounds as a creature or spirit, whatever, is chasing you. And man, I gotta say, I played this game at night in the dark, and I was looking over my shoulder a bit. This is a horror feel. This game did a great job of putting you in that unsettled mindset, skin crawly mindset. And what I love about this story in this game is the slow unravel of the details. You know you're going to be seeing some intense stuff. You know that going in. You know it's a horror game, right? But you slowly encounter how Anne's mom treats her. You find these notes about how oh, look, I reached my goal weight for the summer. Or you find these notes of why am I not getting enough followers for my video? And then you see her online presence a bit through your play and through as the game progresses. You find out how she was bullied. And although at the superficial level, this is stuff we all deal with in terms of wanting to be accepted. Maybe we got bullied before in the past. You know, stuff like having a relationship with friends or parents, whatever. But the developers make these feelings amazingly tragic. And that's what I loved about this story. For the controls, I played keyboard and mouse. The controls were a little wonky at times. The cell phone use was glitchy, as can be, and a boss fight, without revealing too much, was quite difficult for me because of it. So yeah, I played keyboard and mouse on PC. Performance-wise, though, smooth sailing 90% of the time. There were some weird times where where it was like, yeah, I definitely escaped that demon. She should not have gotten a hold of me there. And the crouch function was a little funky at times. But listen, I'm being extremely picky. It ran very smoothly, very minor hiccups here or there, right? Now, gameplay-wise, these games do not reinvent the wheel with their gameplay, all right? It's walk around, run away, interact, or explore. Just survive and run. That sums up the gameplay. Nothing remarkable. But I have to say, this game knows what it is, right? It's a first-person psychological horror game, and that's it. It's a short playthrough that does not try to appeal to everyone. And I respect that in a development studio. No microtransactions, no V-Bucks or Battle Pass or buy a new $60 skin for Anne as she's suffering mentally. No, this game is niche for the audience that enjoys this game, and they nailed it. So buy this game, don't play it at night, and go on a psychological ride, baby. I cried. I was happy for Anne. I was sad. I was scared. This game will make you look at how someone suffers from this stuff very differently. So thank you for listening, as always. If you made it this far into the video, let me know what you think of the game. If you played it, I'll be in the comments section. The next game on the radar is Mio, Memories in Orbit. An awesome-looking Metroidvania style. We will be diving in January 20th, so next week already. So subscribe or email me. We can review some games together. I love you all.